Hey, y'all. Patrick here with Vetted. Okay, I kind of have a bombshell. This is interesting. You saw the title. You saw the thumbnail. Let's jump right into this. Little backstory real quick. Is, right, David Grusch, all right, has said on multiple occasions that he has reached out to Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick of AARO. AARO is the All-Domain Anomalous Resolution Office, right? The Pentagon's UFO office, studying UFOs, right? And David Grusch, the UFO whistleblower, right, who testified before Congress in July, saying, hey, this is what I've called you. I've told you about the stuff. You know, you haven't reached back out to me. You have my number. That's the famous clip, right, from NewsNation. And the crazy thing is now you got Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick. Nobody's talking about this. Dropping a bombshell yesterday in a media roundtable off camera. Okay, talking about AARO's new reporting system that they have for people to report on their website. Right, confidential. Different way. So, but here's the bombshell, guys. Let's just jump in here. Let me show you. So right here, it says, so David Grusch, this is a question he's getting from a reporter. So David Grusch, the whistleblower, came forward to NewsNation, says he reached out to you to share his discoveries and that you didn't follow up. So did you follow up and investigate his claims? He said he still hasn't heard from you. So ultimately, why haven't you two connected? Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick answers, so Mr. Grusch, since AARO has stood up and since I've been director, has not come to see us and provided any information. And so he also says, that's interesting. And so he also says that he briefed you before you assumed your position in AARO. Have you had the chance to follow up on any of the inquiries that he made or talked to any of the witnesses? And then right here we go, guys. Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick says, so the last time I believe I spoke with Mr. Grusch was when I was in the J2 at U.S. Space Command about 5 years ago, and it was not on this topic. What? Now, we have interviewed a whole range of people, over 30 people now. I think we've interviewed most of the people that he may have talked to, but we don't know that. And we have extended an invitation at least 4 or 5 times now for him to come in over the last 8 months or so, and has been declined. What are we talking about here, y'all? First of all, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick is saying, I haven't spoken to David Grusch in 5 years. So when did David Grusch give this information to Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick? Is David Grusch lying? Is he lying in that NewsNation interview? Which I would show a piece of that on here, but man, NewsNation will copyright strike you right away on stuff. So I try not to show. I can't show that stuff anymore. Yeah, they're real big on that. So I would love to show that clip of him stating, right, that he's got my number, right? That's the famous quote from that interview. That he reached out to Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, gave him all this stuff, and just hasn't heard back from him. But apparently, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick saying, I haven't even spoken to that guy in 5 years. And on top of that, he's saying, we've extended at least an invitation at least 4 or 5 times for him to come in over the last 8 months, and it's been declined. Why has it been declined? What is going on? This is crazy. This crazy. Okay. This is bombshell, y'all. Like, is this for real? We need to find out from David Grusch. I mean, with the stuff about the flights happening with the skiffs, there's some stuff starting to, look, I'm a big supporter of David Grusch. Everybody knows that watches this, but I also like to ask a lot of questions. And if BS is BS, then it's BS. And this is smelling of BS. Like, is Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick just blatantly lying right here? Right? I'll be honest. I'm not saying I'm a huge fan of this guy or not. I'm neutral, but I don't think he's lying about this. I don't see what would be the point of him lying, because then David Grusch would have receipts and be like, nope, this is it. So is David Grusch lying about having given the evidence to Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick? Or did he give it to someone near him or his office or something? But that's not what David Grusch said. He said he specifically spoke to Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick and presented this evidence to him, right? He stated that. So this is very, very confusing, y'all. We've extended an invitation at least 4 or 5 times now for him to come in over the last 8 months or so, and has been declined. So 8 months would be, right, it was October 31st when this took place. So, right, you're looking right before he retired or left in April. This is interesting. I don't know what to think, y'all. Is Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick just straight up lying about this? Because now you've got 2 statements directly contradicting each other. Because not only is Dr. Kirkpatrick saying, dude, I haven't spoken to that guy in 5 years ago was the last time I spoke to him. Right? And he has not spoken to him since he's been with AARO. I mean, and on top of that, they're saying, not only have I not spoken to him, we've sent out an invitation 4 or 5 times for him to come in, and it been declined. Didn't say not answered, right? He said declined. So it's not like David Grusch didn't get the invitations. He's saying he got them and declined to come in. Why? What's going on here? Something is fishy, y'all. Again, I'll put a link to this so you guys can see it. It's on U.S. Department of Defense's website. It's the transcript from yesterday, okay? AARO Director Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick holds an off-camera media roundtable. All right, so that's what it's from. You just scroll down and you'll find exactly that part. I mean, that is fascinating. And this is what they were talking about, this new way to report. Okay, so if you go to their main website of AARO, you go down, the U.S. government UAP-related program activity reporting, right? And this is what everyone's talking about, this report. And it's great, okay? Who's eligible to report, right? You can see all this. What should I not report? All of that, right? So, and it's quite interesting, right? For people to be able to report their new sightings, and then they'll reach out to you for, it's more official, right? And there's a penalty here. Look, this form is to be used for official business with the Department of Defense. Knowing and willful false reporting can be punishable by fine or imprisonment. Okay? Yeah, so, this isn't for people to just test out. Okay? But now you can actually submit a better report. And if you look through this transcript too, there's different phasing for how they're going to be doing these reportings, these sightings. So I think that's something else no one else is talking about with this, is that this is the upcoming third phase is the public being able to report, right? So right now, this is for people who have worked on these legacy programs, firsthand knowledge, right? They need a secure way to report to AARO. This is it. This is it. So it looks like everything's just coming in phases, and, we do have to be patient. But I got to admit, this quote about David Grusch has me worried, y'all. What is going on with David Grusch, man? I don't know. What do we believe? I cannot wait to hear everyone's opinions on this. This is kind of crazy. So, again, just to recap, David Grusch has stated, right, that he reached out right here. That's the question. So David Grusch, the whistleblower who claimed forward to NewsNation, says he reached out to you to share his discoveries and that you didn't follow up. So did you follow up and investigate his claims? He says he still hasn't heard from you. So ultimately, why haven't you two connected? Dr. Kirkpatrick. So Mr. Grusch, since AARO has stood up and since I've been director, has not come to see us and provided any information. And he says, see us. So that sort of deflates or, answers the question, could have been someone else from AARO that David Grusch went to talk to. It sounds like He didn't talk to anybody with AARO at all. So not Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, not an associate, no one. He's basically implying that David Grusch is lying without saying he's lying, right? Again, the last time he spoke to him was 5 years ago, and it was not on this topic. This is crazy, y'all. And that he potentially has interviewed some of the same people. All right, but he's saying we don't know that. But right here, we have extended an invitation 4 or 5 times now, and it's been declined. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to think about this. Y'all tell me in the comments what y'all's opinions is. Definitely curious to hear everyone. So that's the bombshell, y'all. David Grusch, is he lying about this with Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick? Is Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick lying? Who's lying? So, again, these things are not adding up. All right, guys, that's it for today. We'll see you on the next video tomorrow. Yeah, wow, bombshell, guys. All right, peace. Remember, every day's a gift. Please hit that like button. Comment down below. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Videos every day, 12 p.m. Central. Thank you guys so much.